Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered, why is Mars so incredibly red? That planet seems to have a permanent red filter on. But behind its striking color lies an old story that's way more exciting. Let's unpack the unique facts about the red planet together. Imagine you're on a spaceship and land on Mars. Even from a distance, the planet looks as red as a bird's eye chili. But that color isn't because Mars is quick to anger. There's a much cooler scientific reason for it. Mars is covered in fine dust that blows everywhere. This dust isn't ordinary, it contains iron. So when this iron reacts with oxygen, it rusts. Yup, just like a garden fence left out in the rain. This rust coats the entire surface of Mars from end to end, giving it its brick red color. So if you stand there, your surroundings would be like a giant, all-red, dry desert. Making it even more unique, dust storms can sometimes engulf the entire planet. Rusty dust rises into the atmosphere, scatters sunlight, and makes Mars appear even brighter red from Earth. You know what? Mars is often nicknamed the bashful planet. Its red color makes it easy to spot from afar. But the color is just a result of rusting, not because it wants to stand out. People on Earth used to think Mars's red color was a sign of danger. That's why in some cultures, the planet is associated with war, blood, and chaos. In reality, Mars is just very rusty. Interestingly, the rust on Mars doesn't just dye its surface red, it also makes the atmosphere look dull. So, if you take a photo of the Martian sky, the color often appears gray or brownish orange. Nonetheless, Mars remains a favorite planet for many scientists. Its striking color made it easy to study even when telescopes were still very primitive. Mars is like a spotlight in the night sky. But hey, Mars's red color isn't just for show. It's a major clue helping scientists understand the planet's past. There are big secrets hidden beneath that rusty dust. That's because rust can only form with oxygen and water. Wait, how can that be? Mars is arid. Well, this is where the mystery gets interesting. Turns out, Mars wasn't always as dry as it is now. Evidence can be seen in rocks shaped by water erosion. Scientists believe millions of years ago, Mars had rivers, lakes, and even shallow oceans. Can you imagine? A red planet full of water. That water slowly disappeared. The Martian atmosphere thinned due to solar wind. After the water vanished, all that was left was iron dust that gradually turned to rust, reddening the surface. That's why Mars's red color is like a trace of its past. It's a kind of planetary family photo saying, "Hey, I used to have a lot of water," even though now it's just a memory. The rusty Martian dust is also super light. A little wind can change the planet's surface color and create unique patterns. Sometimes it looks dark, sometimes bright. Mars is like it's constantly changing its makeup. NASA robots that have landed on Mars have repeatedly discovered these iron oxide particles. Even rover wheels often get coated with a reddish layer as if they've been playing in clay. Funnily enough, if humans ever end up living on Mars, astronauts' clothes will get dirty easily. Rusty dust sticks really well and is hard to clean. Laundry on Mars would surely be a booming business. But what makes Mars most interesting isn't just its red color. The color is like an invitation for humanity to keep digging deeper. It seems like Mars is still hiding something. Scientists believe this red color might also be linked to major changes in its past. And if we can understand its history, we might figure out if Mars ever harbored life. So Mars's red color isn't just about rust, it's a kind of universal code saying, "Come, find out more about me." And humans, we're obviously very curious. And this is only about why Mars is red. But in the next story, we'll uncover deeper mysteries about Mars's past and the possibility that it may have once been inhabited by living beings. Ready to continue? So now that we know Mars is red due to rust, let's move on to a crazier question. If Mars once had water, could there have been life there? This is the part that has long made scientists the most curious. Many rocks on Mars look very similar to rocks on Earth formed by river flows. This means Mars once had flowing water, and where there's water, there's usually the potential for life. Robots like Curiosity and Perseverance were sent to find traces of that. They are like detectives chasing evidence on whether Mars was once teeming with tiny organisms, like ancient bacteria. What's exciting is that some Martian soil samples contain minerals that typically form in wet environments. It's like a little whisper. Hey, Mars might not have been alone back then, but don't picture big-headed aliens. If life ever existed on ancient Mars, it was likely just simple microbes. You know, the kind of bacteria that thrive in extreme places. Even so, the potential discovery of microbes alone is enough to shake up science. It would mean life might not be that special. It could arise wherever the right conditions exist. In some photos of Mars, there are even dark streaks on hillsides that look like marks left by flowing salt water. Though not confirmed, this makes scientists increasingly believe water might still appear occasionally. If water still exists, even in trace amounts, it means Mars is not entirely dead. This red planet might still have small parts that are geologically or chemically active. Future projects even plan to send humans directly to Mars, not just for sightseeing, but to dig deeper into what that red soil is hiding. Who knows, there might be a big surprise. But Mars is not a friendly planet. It's extremely cold, has a thin atmosphere, and its fine dust can damage electronic equipment quickly. The red planet is beautiful, but annoying. That's why humans have to bring super strong technology. Imagine living on Mars while looking at the orange sky and stretching red ground. Exciting, but also horrifying if life support suddenly fails. Nevertheless, Mars's red color has always been a magnet. From ancient times to now, humans have never stopped looking at it and wondering, did you ever live? Interestingly, some scientists believe Mars is Earth's future version, a planet that lost its atmosphere and became cold and barren. So, Mars can also serve as a magnifying glass on Earth's potential fate. If Mars once had oceans and then lost it all, it's a warning to us that a planet can change dramatically if its atmosphere is lost or damaged. The universe is giving us a real-life example, and if life once emerged on Mars and then went extinct, it's proof of how fragile life is. We on Earth might just be incredibly lucky to be in the right place at the right time. Research on Mars continues. Every soil sample, every photo, every sound of the Martian wind is recorded for one goal: to find out if we are alone in this universe. Even though the answer isn't found yet, Mars remains the strongest candidate for once hosting extraterrestrial life. And all of this started with the red rust color covering the planet. That red legacy is like a message from the past, as if Mars is saying, hey, I have a story, but you need to come yourself to hear all of it. So now you know, Mars is called the red planet not just because of its color, but because that color holds a long history of water, life, and major changes. And that's why Mars always captures the human heart. This red planet is mysterious, beautiful, and full of questions. Perhaps one day, we ourselves will answer all of them from there. And if you like stories like this, or are interested in similar topics, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. By subscribing, you won't miss out on other exciting content. In the next video, there will be an even more interesting topic. It could be more mysterious, more entertaining, or even more surprising than you imagined. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell to stay updated. Likes and comments also help this channel grow. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.